My goodness, it's great to see everybody with us tonight.
We've still got a minute or two that if you want to send a quick text out and remind people that it's time for Hope Movement.live, that'd be a great thing.
Marlene, we are about a minute till, and give me a couple of minutes here. And if you can, as we begin, I know that we'll mute everybody out, and I believe there should be already muted out. Let me make sure that I have you brought in as a co-host, Aaron, and also yourself, Marlene, so that you can kind of help me here. I'd like to kind of use you, Marlene, if you don't mind, to kind of role play with me a minute, because it is somewhat interactive as we try and help other people understand this. So you good with that?
Sure, that'll be great. You want me to be hard or easy?
Well, I would say be normal, but that would be really tough for you. So, I just want others to understand how important it is to confirm each slide, and, just a word of confirmation as I go through this. And, you can throw me a little curve now and then. I know helping people do what we do, we all get a little surprised at times. You just never know what somebody may ask, but that's okay. That's how we do this. That's how we learn.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to our call.
Matt. Okay, let me see if everything is working live here. That's fantastic. It looks like we're going to work here, so I'm grateful for that. God is good, boy. So, here we are. We're just, I think it is about a couple of minutes, maybe after the hour, just right out a minute after. So if you're ready, Aaron and Marlene, people can kind of understand a little bit of this. Are you ready? Let's see here. Now, what I want to do here is, first of all, let me pull up my screen, and there we go. Well, again, welcome to all of this. And Aaron, I believe you're looking to record this. So my hope and prayer is that it really does come off well. So I'm not the master of this. And first of all, as I get going here, let me find my cursor. I do know that I want to just thank the person that actually created this, who shared it with me a couple of weeks ago and helped me understand a little bit about how to sit down and help somebody get started. And like I shared with some people earlier today, I feel a little remiss maybe that I dropped the ball with a lot of people over the last few years. And I so respect Rodney and his wife, Laura. And, he's very, very successful at how he sits down and takes the time to help people individually. And, myself, I've been very interested in the product side of things for so many years. And, all I could do is tell people what I did when I got started, and that didn't always work for everybody. And while we're in a time of the season, I guess, with technology and all, that it's so easy to go online and do things. And, a lot of people are techno savvy and some people are not. And, but when we help people understand the value of getting started with Evolv, I think it's our responsibility to lead them correctly and to take that few minutes to sit down with them adequately. Now, to actually help somebody brand new to get started, I would email them a short link that would have this particular PowerPoint on it that a person could pull up on their own PC, maybe if they're on their cell phone even, or they can do a Zoom live like I'm doing, which is very simple, easy technology. The person that has decided to get going here with Evolv would, be sitting down at their table or desk or wherever it may be, and they'll pull this link up and they'll look at what we're looking at right now. And, and we'll just help them begin to understand, how this process works. And it's very short. It really only takes about, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to go through when you're helping somebody get started. Tonight, I may be a little longer just simply because I want to give some understanding as we lean forward here. This is not something I'm trying to train all of you to go do as much. I want to show it to you. And as you begin to use it and sit down and implement it, even in some cases where we can do this relatively often, and you can bring a guest, somebody that is sharp or I don't care if they're sharp or not, with all due respect, people that just have a heart for what we're doing. Maybe they want to make a little bit of money. And I know this, when people experience our products, they're going to more than likely stick for life, because when they stop taking our products, they see more value than they dreamed possible. And I hate to say it like that, but you know, sometimes you just got to be on them consistently for a while, especially if you perceive yourself healthy, you know, because the little subtle things begin to improve. And so, you know, we see a lot of value there. However, you know, when they look at this as a business, and today we have people just sitting on the couches, you know, Matt, I know that you're a businessman, you know, and you've just launched a business a number of months, a year or so back, and a great coffee house. And, you know, I'll tell you, you're just kind of dumbfounded right now. You're shut down. And I know things are going to pick back up and run, but you know, this is your diversification. This is what you do to help build a little additional revenue stream. So we all look at additional profit centers. I guess you might call that a side gig or a whatever. But my point being is, you know, people will stick about 90 days if they don't see a reasonable return. And by that, I mean, you know, they can look at their own efforts and they know what they've done or not done, you know, but $100 or $200 or $300 to $500 or even $1,000 over the course of a month or two can mean the world. Because, you know, being able to accomplish that amount, you know, just a thousand or two can really tell them, look, you know, this really does work. And all I got to do is continue to do what I'm doing and helping others, you know, come down this road behind me. And that's what leaders do. They lead others. They show them the road to come down. And I know all of you are leaders, at least your social business partners. You've chosen to take a deeper look into this. There's a few of you that are on tonight that are, you know, welcome and new. And I just am so grateful that you're here. So Marlene, you know, I'm getting a little wordy here in my explanation, but as we go through this, I just gonna kind of pretend that you're brand new. I know you know an awful lot about Evolv. You've been an adequate leader in the company for a few years now. So, but just play along with me. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. First of all, you know, when I get you started, you know, you're going to be hit with something here in about 4 weeks called a Social Business Partner Elite program. And what that means is it's going to give you some extra reports and things like that. And, you know, you really just don't need to pay attention to it at all right now. I mean, it's free and you can go in and look around at everything, you know, for the next 4 weeks. I just want to call your attention to this. When it comes time to choose, you know, if you want to continue with the Elite program, it runs $29.95 per month. But you see that right there? They give you a $30 product credit. And that really just lets you apply toward, you know, any product you're purchasing, you know, in addition to what you are getting on a monthly basis. If you want to buy some additional product, and you can save those credits up for 2 or 3 or 4 months, and you might have $90 or $120 in credits sitting there, you know, to pick up some more product. You understand that?
Yes, that's cool.
Yeah, and I know you don't need to worry about it right now, but we'll cover that later. Just remember I've said this, okay? Because if I don't tell you, you come to that point, I won't remember, and you'll get an email and you'll be calling me, what's this? They're wanting to charge me $30 a month. And so this is what it's about. And we'll get back to this in a few weeks, okay? You ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, now, when it comes to our products, I mean, it doesn't matter if you start with 100 products or you start with one. We don't really necessarily care. It's up to you. We kind of have a motto: if you can't feed 100, feed one. So, you know, just choosing 1 or 2 or 3 of our products, I mean, sometimes people just choose to start there, you know, but, you know, we've got a few products and we don't have, you know, a bunch of stuff, but we've got some good key products. And, you know, there's kind of a picture of them right there. And so let me just move on a minute here. There's what we call our reboot kits. I'm not going to get into reboot. I think you saw that when we were talking about the product and you saw that presentation. You know, after you watched the presentation with Danny and, you know, Morgan, I mean, that little 20-minute presentation, what'd you think of that?
I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah. And, you know, there's some
I liked what I heard.
Yeah. And so there's more stuff, but what reboot is basically, you know, just helping getting your body working across the board. And we don't need to get into that, but here's how we package that. We've got, you know, different reboot packs, and each of these kits come with what they call a Hope 25 discount. In other words, you get $25 off when you first get enrolled. Not every month. Do you understand that?
Yeah, it says new people, that would be first
Right.
time. Okay.
Yeah, and that applies to these packs here. Like Integrative Health is 169, and you take $25 off of that, and you can do the math. So that's how it is. Plus, obviously, tax and shipping. Let me move on
Okay.
now. As I go through this, Marlene, I want you to know. I mean, this seems like a lot of information, but I want you to just take it one piece at a time, so you're kind of clear on this. Because I'd hate to miss something and come back and you maybe are upset because I didn't tell you. So I want to kind of take you through it, and if you'll stick with me, then you'll know in the end why we did this. You okay with that?
Sure.
Okay, so just stay with me a second here. Now, we also make these what they call total reboot packs, and that kind of gives you one of a few of the key products that we offer. It gives you one of each of the bars. It gives you one of our Limitless and the hemp oil, and we've got the balance, and you can see the Hope Pops and a product called Fix there. So those are some of our key products that people choose a lot, and we have a bonus by giving you those Hope Pops, and then you can get a premium, which is kind of like what we call a double reboot. In other words, like a husband and wife, want each to start a reboot, then they can get that bigger pack. You see that?
Yes.
And the small one, again, $25 off, but the bigger one, you see that at the bottom there? It says the premium pack qualifies for a $50 discount. So, if you choose the bigger one, you can see it's, just a little bit more off. Get that?
Okay. Yes.
I mean, it's kind of like bundling, you just put a little more together, they give you a little more discount, and that's just how it kind of works. From there, we do have what we call a team builder. And I got to tell you, this is probably the most popular. I've got to say right now that those champion kits, like that champion immune, you can get 20 bottles of immune. And that's right at $20 a bottle off of what it normally costs. And, but because of this whole issue with the virus and all, people are stocking up on that immune, and not because we're going to run out, but because they're getting their friends on it, because it's important. So these are some of the most popular ones because they're the bigger the bundle, the bigger the savings, and you get obviously the $50 off. So you can see how those packs are bundled. You see that?
I do.
Okay, you got any questions on this before I keep going?
I see that black circle with the 560.
Good question. That's how many children you're serving. Because, if you count those products, every single product serves a child one for one. And so whether you buy one product, that's one child. Two, that's two children. You buy a total reboot pack, you're going to serve several children. And when you're talking about a champion pack, just purchasing that pack, you're serving 560 children. And that's just giving them a serving of what you just had the privilege to buy. So that's how we do the one for one movement. That's what these circles mean.
That seems like a lot.
Well, children need every day just like you and I do. So, and when we talk about, millions of servings, well, that's serving children every single day for 28 days. So when you think about that, if you buy a bottle of immune, you're serving one child for 28 days, every single day. And that's how the products and the system works. So, and that number just reflects that. So any questions on that? Is it clear?
That's clear. That's amazing.
Well, when you get started, you're going to have an app, and I'll show you how to do that once we get going here. Once you get started here in a couple of days, you'll get some things going. You'll get an email and all that. And, then I'll show you about the app, and I'll take you into your back office and show you just two or three things that I pay attention to every single day. And you'll watch what we call the ripple effect. And, as you begin to grow, you can see the numbers of children that are being served and the numbers of, servings you're providing. So it's kind of neat. We'll get to that later. Okay, let me move on. Any questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay, now I'm going to assume, the goal here is for your business to get to $700 in total qualifying volume in your first 28 days. And 700 means it doesn't matter if you buy one product and you have a bunch of people that buy one product, it doesn't matter. But however you accumulate 700 in total volume in your first 28 days, that's your goal. And then it opens the door for a total of 84 days. That's another 56 days. And you can attain these, what they call rank bonuses. Now, I want you to look at this a minute, because When you reach 2K and you become a team builder, that bonus is $250. And in 2K, that means 2,000 in total dollars. That's serving about 30 children every single day, just so you know. And every number has a child attached to it. So when you reach 5K and your group gets a little bigger, you'll earn a $500 check. And when your total volume of your entire organization hits around 10,000 in volume, and that surprisingly can happen fast, then you're going to get another $1,000. And you can do the math.
Wow.
That's about 1,750. And you can do that this week or this year. It's up to you. I mean, it just doesn't matter. But yet, if you do it within this 28 days and you have this and become a team builder, you have a total of 84 days and you'll get those bonuses. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes. I have a question.
Okay.
What I purchased, does that go in that total too?
Yes.
Okay.
You help a couple of people get started, that counts too. You help a couple of customers and they don't choose to be business builders, that counts too. I'll show you that here in a minute. You're understanding it. Okay. But I want you to see those bonuses. At 2K, it's 250, 5K, it's 500, and 10K, it's 1,000. Now, let me look at the next screen here. After that 84 days and you haven't attained those bonuses, you can see the difference in the bonus, right? Instead of 250,
Right.
it's 100. If you're not a team builder and you reach 2K and you haven't accumulated a total of 700 yourself personally, meaning your personal volume and your customers and your first 2 team members, then your bonus would only be $100. So becoming a team builder is the key here. How fast your and year 2 and even your customers are included there. You and your 2 and your customers all go toward that total number. And you want to be at 700 by your first 28 days. If you're not, you can see the difference in the bonus. Does that make sense?
It's a big difference.
It is. And we just do that to kind of incentivize people because, your best opportunity is in that first 30 to 60 days, because that's when you probably have the most excitement. You really just begun and, your friends don't know anything about this, the people you're going to contact. So you're just right there at the best time. And so we try and help you move fast and actually just reward you for that. So that's the way that bonus works. I mean, before I go any further, this will come clear as we move forward, but do you have any questions?
No, I think it's pretty clear.
Okay. Now right here, let's just assume you decided, look, I just want to start with a bottle of that hemp oil. That's good stuff. It helped my shoulder and I want to get another bottle and I'm going to start right there. That's all I can do right now. And that's okay. So you've done that. And let's just say, and you can see with just buying a bottle, you already have 119 in qualifying volume. You see that?
I do.
Now we're going to help somebody do the same thing. So you've got one social business partner, and then you've started a second one, you and 2, your left team and your right team. And you can see that total right there just totals up to an additional 238. And, and let's just assume you have 3 customers and each of them are just buying a bottle. And so you now have an additional volume there. You've got your 3 and all that totals up and you've got your 700. You can see how that works.
I do.
You've got 3 customers, a couple of people, and you bought a bottle. But something unique also happens here is, when you have 3 customers, we have something called 1, 2 free. And, when you have 1 customer and then you get a second customer, assuming they're all buying the same, this averages itself out. But when you get a 3rd customer, you add all the purchases of those 3 customers and divide them by 3. And in this example, obviously it's going to be 119. So now you're going to get 119 free. So your bottle of, Entourage now just costs you 0. They don't even bill you for it. They just, bill you for the tax and the shipping. You understand
Well,
that?
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times people know a few people just want the product and 3 customers and, you'll add that together and that credits right against what you purchase. And then you can earn up to $300 in credit and you'll see that as we go on. But that just helps you get your products paid for. A lot of times that's the first thing people want to do. And that's how that works. And you've got a couple of business partners just like you that just got started. You see that? And it all starts adding up. It's called total volume. So let's move this down one more level. You take that, and everybody, just assuming everybody buys just 1 bottle. Nobody buys anything more. We're just, for the sake of example, we know some people buy a bunch. Some people do just buy 1 bottle, but it's just the example here. So now you've added, a second tier you know, and now your volume is around 1,100, almost 1,200. You can see how that works, right?
I
That makes
do.
sense?
Yes, it
Okay.
makes sense.
Let's take this out one more level. You know, and you add all that up and it all just continues to go. From there, we've got a third level, and you can see how that works, and a fourth level, and all of a sudden, boom, you know, you certainly reached your level. Excuse me, let me back that up. So right here, you're, you know, at this level, at third level, you're actually a little over 2K. So, you know, we know the progression, and sometimes people don't buy something or your customer drops off. And so bringing that one more level, you can see now you're over 3,000. I mean, you've certainly hit your 2K. And now you've got your $250 check. And, you know, we've seen people do that, but you can see by purchasing one bottle, it's going to take you a little bit longer in the way the diagram works here. You understand that?
I can see that.
Again, like I mentioned, Marlene, this might seem like a lot of information, but I want you to kind of be clear on how this works so you can really first get started right, so you know what you're, you know, doing and headed to do first. So let me move on. Let's just assume that you decide, you know, I want that total reboot. And that total reboot is around $350. And of course, the first time you get started, you're going to get 25 bucks off. So now you're around $325, but it still gives you 350 in qualifying volume. You got half your way to Team Builder just by getting that pack alone. You understand that?
Wow. Yeah.
You're getting one of most everything they've got. There's a couple products that are not there. And then you get a bonus, some Hope Pops too. So, you know, if you add that up, you know, if you bought them individually, all that would add up to around $440 some. And that's if you bought them by themselves. But if you buy the kit, you know, and your first order is, you know, with a discount, you're only going to pay about $325. So now you've saved a little over 115 bucks. You see that?
I do.
That's just putting a little back in your pocket from buying them individually. And so you just sort of bundle them up. Now let's just show you how that kind of plays itself out. Here's you and your two. You know, you've helped you and a couple of people do that. Well, just you and one actually put you over 700. And by the time you've reached your two, now you're over 1,000 in volume. See how quick that happened?
Wow, that's a lot quicker.
Absolutely. And that's everybody assuming that they decide, you know, I want a total reboot. Somebody might just buy one product. Some people might want the premium. That being said, excuse me, let's assume that you bought the total reboot, but you helped George get started and he bought a premium and it had 700 points. So it doesn't matter what they buy. If they buy more, it'll put you right over the edge. You can see it all adds up. See how that works?
Wow, that's cool. That's when you like math.
Right. You know, I've shared this with some people and helping them get started, and they kind of start to melt down here, but that's okay. Just know it pays and it works the same way, whether we really understand it all. Excuse me. I get a tickle in my throat. So let me move on. Let's put those customers back in there. You know, let's assume that each customer is buying a few $100s worth of product every month. Now we know that's probably more than some customers will buy, but you know, I know some customers that will buy a lot more than that. And they just want to buy it. That's all. And they pay the same price we do. That's all. But they just don't have a chance to earn a check. But if you want to earn some money, you become a social business partner. And that's how we do this business.
Okay.
So, you know, you've got your two and you've got three customers. And you can see right there, you know, you've got your product basically paid for. And, you know, you're well over 2K. And that's just you and your two. And with a few customers, you're already passing your 2K. You see how fast this is working, right?
Right.
Now you need, you know, kind of how it makes sense. And right there, you've got 250 headed back toward the 350 that you spent. So you're quick to putting the money back in your pocket when you think in terms of this way. So let me move on. Any questions so far?
No, I think it looks pretty good.
Okay, let's assume that you say, you know, what about this premium? And we do have a premium entourage because a lot of people want a lot of this hemp oil. I mean, the friends want it and it's real popular right now. And we're very price competitive when you look at this unique formula. But you know, the premium reboot, it's actually two of everything instead of one, like the total reboot was. So, but each one comes with 700 and one has 720 in qualifying volume. You can see how that worked, right?
Right.
Okay. So let's just assume you choose this pack, and with your discount, that's about $650, but you're still getting 700 in qualifying volume. Just by purchasing this pack, you're already a team builder. See that?
Yeah, that's good.
You're done. So from there, watch how this plays out. If you bought them individually, that's close to $1,000 worth of product, but you're only paying $650. So now you're saving over $330. So now that really becomes an eye opener when you think of the value that you're getting there. And there's even more when you load up and look at what a team builder will save you. You're saving, a ton right there too. So these bigger bundles really give you a better discount. Great, thank you.
Yeah, I can see that. And that's probably it's just a lot more for the money.
I want to be sure everybody knows I'm drinking an IBC root beer instead of one of those kind of beers. So yeah. Anyway, well, thank you, honey. So you're kind of following with me on this, right? And so let's move on. Any questions here? I mean, you clear on some of this stuff? You okay?
Yeah, I am. It's real clear. Sure.
Okay. Now here you are. You're already a team builder. You've done it. You've got 84 days. That's just from the day you register, and your clock has started today, the minute we get you started tonight. And actually it's going to start, if I do this past midnight, your first day is going to be tomorrow. And I might just do that, to be honest with you, because, we might even consider waiting until Saturday before we put you in, because tomorrow is Friday and that's the end of our week. And we can talk later on that, but, there is consideration on what you might want to do your first week. And so I'll talk to you a little more about that further. Okay. But you're already there. You're a team builder. And so you're already set up to do right here. And so you can see when you get started, first of all, you're already a team builder. You're going to help your two get started, and your total volume right there, boom, just you and two. And that's without customers.
Wow.
And you've already put that $250 right back in your pocket. And for the most part, that's usually a person's first or second day, because everybody knows their first two. They're thinking of them right now. And I know you probably are right now. So it just kind of plays out really quick. And so if you do throw some customers back in there, let's just say they're only buying like a total reboot each, or maybe just a single product. It doesn't matter. It all adds up and it averages. And I told you could max that out at about 300 in credit. So now you've wiped out half of that right there, and of course you're not going to buy 700 probably every month. You might just be buying a single bottle, and that's what you use every month. And you've got your additional products you're going to use for a while, and then you're going to decide probably 2 or 3 products that you want to stick with every month, and you'll set that up and keep going. But just assuming, for example, everybody's just on automatic order buying one product, but you've all, hit these ranks immediately just by getting started with your team builder type packs. Is that all clear? You understand that?
It is.
Move this one more level, and boom, right there, you're at 3,100. And so let me show you, and I told you, when we were showing into that first example, the first tier, the second tier, third and fourth, and everybody just buying a bottle. So you can see that, by the time you get to your 5th level, your 5th tier, you've got over 60 people right there in your total team, assuming everybody's just buying that single 2-ounce bottle of Entourage. And now your volume is over 7,000. You've gone way past your 5K. And certainly by the time you get to your 6th level, your volume is close to 15,000. So you can see how this will, compile and snowball really quick. And you'll start to move through those ranks. And at 2K, 5K, and 10K, certainly you put, over $2,500 in your pocket, because, there comes with some other rewards I didn't even talk about today. Just by helping your team builders get started, and they get started with a team builder pack, you're going to make a few $100s just helping them get started with that. The company pays a bonus on that. And so there's other bonuses on top, but we didn't need to talk about that today. What I'm trying to help you do is understand the best way to get started, so we can first of all get the money back to you if you put it on a credit card or whatever. A lot of people do that. And then we just help you move down the road here, and we help everybody, duplicate what I just showed you. Is that kind of clear with you?
Yeah, I think so.
See, the fun starts when you get to about 20,000. That's when you get a chance to go to Mexico, to go see these children that we have a chance to serve. You'll walk into Charisma, the Center for Medically Fragile Children. You'll have a chance to go to, the location where President Fox was born and where he grew up in Leon, Mexico. And, it's a real honor to be there and to see really the fruits of your labor and what you're doing here in your business. And that's what we call our Mexico trip. Sorry, I've been there. And I know that you too, Marlene, have been there also. So that's a trip to remember. We call it the experience trip. Well, when you get to 40K, we have an incentive trip every year, and that changes. No telling where they're going to go next year. And last year, we all went to Cancun, and so it was just a great time, and no telling where we're going to go next because of everything going on. But when you reach the level called ambassador, and that's the Hawaii trip there, and that's where we all get a chance to meet and brainstorm and just really take a hard look at everything we're doing. And that's just the place you want to end up. So you kind of see how you grow through the business. You see it and understand that?
I do.
And if you don't, that's okay. It all plays itself out if you understand how to become the team builder and help a couple of people do the same thing. And that's how it begins to duplicate from there. So I know that on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time that we do a conference call that started up several years ago. We're honored to have Sam Castor, the Chief Executive Officer of this movement, the founder of the movement, that is usually with us, along with Steve Burns. And that's just where we've been meeting every Sunday night. We talk about a little bit about what's been going on and what we're going to be doing next. And Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Central Time, hopemovement.live, this same channel that you plugged into tonight. We have a little discussion about our products. We go through the product presentation, and sometimes we'll feature one key product or an array of products. And there could be different people at times that may be doing that product presentation, but that's where new people can really see and understand a little bit bigger picture about the products that we have. And we stay focused right there. A lot of customers just want to know about our products, and that's the place to find out. Thursday nights, tonight, we share a little bit about how to put this thing together. And everything I just shown all of you all tonight is something that is available that you can begin to work with yourself and begin to implement. If you are brand new to this movement, then the person you're directly connected to and who they're connected to will assist you immediately as we come down this road here. I know this, it does work, there's no doubt. Not just on paper, but it works in reality because people want what we have, they need what we have, and right now they need the opportunity probably more than ever. I've rambled a little bit there, Marlene, but you clear on those calls and things. We just encourage everybody to get plugged in so you hear a little more about what's going on. So you can find out more about those later. I'll send them to you. Okay?
Okay, thanks. Yep.
Here's that team builder. I'm just going to leave you with that a minute. Just to realize, if you look at that team builder, which seems to be the most popular, you're getting, literally, about 2 of everything this company has to offer. You've got the shakes, you've got the bars, you've got everything, including additional bottles of the Immune, which are not in the other total reboots because Immune is something that is included in every product. It's an ingredient in every other product. And we also give you some samples of our topical product called E. So that's our best dollar value. In fact, you're getting close to $1,400 worth of product. And it by the time it's said and done, it's about $785. So, and that sets people up. They've got a little product to give away. They've got some things to sample and choose for themselves. So they'll end up where they want to be in a few months. And of course, you can buy these programs anytime you want. You don't have to decide on one tonight. You can start with a single bottle. You can buy a pack later if you want. What I've shown you is how to get the team builder rapidly so you can begin to make this work quicker. So I guess right now it's up to you, Marlene. Where do you want to start?
I looked at that total reboot, but I really like the idea of having the Immune with this team builder pack. And, I told you I had a pretty significant health challenge, and I know I want to support my body. So
Okay.
I want to start with that team builder.
Okay. So really all I need is, let me change this here. And I can just get this information from you. And I'll get this in the system and within a few hours here. And, I mentioned to you today is Thursday. And, you know, I may talk a little further and I got to thinking about this. I'm saying this to all of you that's on the call. Our end of the business period ends on Friday each week. If a brand new person starts up on Friday, then you want to be sure that they are placed between Friday at midnight, or the system will automatically place them. A lot of times, if we're in a position where we're looking where to best place a new business partner, and we have more than our two, we might have them in a holding tank, and we can begin to build and work with them, but we haven't placed them yet. And we have several days beginning Saturday morning. In fact, we have all the way to the following Friday to actually place them in your business where you're looking to put them. So there's a little design feature there in our system. So I didn't mean to throw all of you for a little bit of a loop right there. Most people, I would let them know that within an hour or so, I would have them in the system. They'll receive an immediate email. They're welcome to call me later this evening. We can chat tomorrow evening and begin to look into the back office. And, they're welcome to go on in themselves right now and poke around. If they have any questions, again, we can talk a little bit later, but tomorrow we'll spend some time and I'll take you through your back office. So I've got your information, Marlene, and I don't know if there's much else that you and I need to do unless you have some questions before I let you go here.
I think I'm pretty excited, and I like what I've seen. It makes sense to me.
Great. I know this. We talked about you and two, and you might already be thinking of those two and maybe even more, but I just encourage you to say a little prayer and sit down with a little stenographer's notepad if you can, and just begin to write down the people you love and care about, and the people that really need what we have to offer, and the people that, you don't know if they need what we have to offer, but just think about everybody you know, because you'd be surprised who's praying for what nowadays. And so we're in that time and place where people need
I do
us.
have a question.
You bet.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. So this is Thursday. I am thinking of a couple of people, but I really don't want to wait till next Thursday for them to really see this. So is there an option?
Actually, I would be more than grateful to send it to you immediately, or I would be glad to be with you and you to listen to it again. And I would be glad to help your new person get started if that will help. That's kind of how we work together on the team. And Marlene, I know that after you've seen it a couple, 2 or 3 times, you'll have a better handle, and maybe I can be with you and you can help a new person get started. And, I've done this a few times. I might have sounded like I do it, comfortably, but I still stumble a little bit here and there. And so that's okay. It works the same for everybody. And so you don't have to be perfect and do it just right, but I'm here until you take off on your own, and we'll go from there. A lot of times you and I get busy. You're helping somebody you've gotten started, and I might be helping somebody else you've already gotten started, and they need help at the same time. And you and I are working together with 2 of your team members, and that's okay because everybody adds together in my own business. So that's just how this works, Marlene.
Sounds good.
Well, if there's no other questions, actually what I could do is just throw this back to Aaron just a minute. Aaron, are you with me? You might mute yourself out or unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you notice, or Marlene, I know you were interacting with me a little bit, but did you notice if anybody raised their hand or any comments came in the chat, or if there's anything I can do to answer or clear up some questions for anybody? I'd be glad.
I saw a conversation about the bonuses, and Ben was asking, basically the question is, can you clarify those are initial bonuses versus what it takes to continue to maintain your rank, and just that there's other bonuses, other ways to get paid.
Absolutely. In fact, real quick and just a quick overview, we have three main bonus structures. One is helping you set up a team. One is helping support your team, and you share in their rewards. The company pays you. And then number three is based on the numbers of children you serve, and we call those lifestyle bonuses. There is consideration to begin those lifestyle bonuses below 20K, and there's a lot of look at how that really work for people. But at the current time, when you hit 20K, you're getting a lifestyle bonus every single month, and it goes up exponentially at 40K and 80K and right on up to several $1,000s a month, just in addition to all the other bonuses. So there's about 8 different bonuses that fall into these 3 categories that I just mentioned. If I register somebody with a team builder, then I'm paid on the average around 20% of the cost of that pack is what the company rewards me in. In addition, as we help others get started, there's a portion of that I'm able to earn up to a certain level as I help them get their business started. To help a person earn a team bonus, then I'm paid a percentage of the bonus I help them earn. So it's an incentive for me to help you, Ben, to hit the ground running. And the bigger the check I can get you, the company will reward me for that. It doesn't come out of what you earn. So it all comes hand in hand, works together. And by the time you stack them all together, it is a very lucrative return. So I've just shown you these initial, what I call startup bonuses, to help people get that first couple thousand in their pocket to offset the cost of their pack and hit the ground running. And I only showed you $1,750 on the screen tonight, but I can promise you there's another $500 to $700 right on top of that immediately that we didn't even get close to. And I believe you can actually unmute your own screen. You're welcome to come on and speak up if you'd like. There's a mute button there for you to unmute your own line, and anybody is welcome to ask a question, and we'll keep it as calm as possible. Sometimes it gets a little chaotic with a lot of people, but if anybody has a comment or question, you're welcome to either raise your hand or speak up.
Yeah, Jeff, this is Anna. Until now, I still don't know. Well, I only have one for now. Until now, I still know how you place the people, like putting left or right and holding tank. How does it work?
Actually, we're going to discuss that more when we get into the back office end training.
Oh.
It just, the system will actually do it for you in the beginning. And, but beyond that, you have the opportunity to control that. And we'll cover that more in some of the back office.
That's on Sunday?
We haven't initiated that, actually.
Mm.
You might go directly with your upline on that, so they can help you look directly at your own business. That's more of an individual question because it depends on which one you have. So get with your upline and they'll help you go into that part.
Hey, Jeff.
Any other comments? Yes, sir, Ron.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
So from what I heard you say to Marlene when you first talked with her, there's some tax benefits to owning your own business. What does that mean?
Well, the IRS looks at home-based business in a unique way, and even our great president has great incentives to developing your own business, and small business is a very important part of this country. And a home-based business is small business, and so when you begin business, all of a sudden the space that you use in your house is tax deductible. If you have a couple thousand square foot home and you use 10 or 20 square feet, could be 10%. And it comes off of your house payment, your utilities. You know, you make car payments and maybe you've got a car that's paid for, but maybe it's not. But you know, you put gas and oil in it and you drive it. And when you run to see somebody and give them some information, your miles over there and back are deductible at around 54 or 56 cents a mile. So there's a lot of tax incentive that comes in business that comes into play for business. I'm not here to certainly give you tax advice. But, you know, just being a small business owner, they don't, determine that based on how much volume your business is doing or how many employees. They just basically say if you're in business and you have an intention to make profit, and that's the goal of a business person, then there's some great incentives. And so that's how it worked. You bet.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I actually pay a small firm about $150 a month, and I just keep all my stuff. And in this electronic world, I can print out transaction reports and give it to them twice a month, and they handle that. And every 3 months, they tell me how much I got to send the IRS. They got money and be prepared. And basically, I don't even mess with it, but it's a nominal fee to get that out of my hair. That's for sure. But I just know if I didn't do that, I would certainly pay a tremendous amount of tax if I was just getting this as a paycheck. I guess I could say that legally. So, any other comments or questions? You're welcome to raise a hand, and now I'm open. I'm here.
Jeff,
Yes, ma'am.
there was a mention of a point at which you paid $29.95 a month. What is that?
At the very beginning, the $29.95 per month is called the Social Business Partner Elite Program. And it gives you other levels of reports. It gives you some capabilities in your back office that are not available if you're not part of the Elite program. And in addition, they give you a $30 product credit every month. So they actually just about pay you a nickel to be a part of the Elite program.
Huh.
Of course, that
Could,
credit is not
could-
qualifying product. But
could I mention something? Because I've just spent the past week doing taxes, and the reality came. You spend $30 per month, you get the $30 credit for product. But that $30 is a tax deduction. So you are buying product and getting a tax deduction, and it just makes it even more valuable. Because basically the government's paying you to buy $30 worth of product every month.
Huh.
I do want everybody to check individually with your tax professional, because that is a big question.
Okay.
In that we're also required to, by federal trade law, we're required to have active participation to receive compensation. In other words, you don't buy a product, you don't earn a check. So you have to be active. And that's why at each level, as we went through this tonight, it showed that you had to have $100 in personal qualifying volume to qualify your position each month. Well, is that tax deductible because it's a business requirement? Well, no, it's not, because you receive product for that and you consume the product. However, if you gave the product away, it would be tax deductible. The IRS looks at what you do with the product. Now, if you flushed it down the toilet just because you wanted to get your check, then that's tax deductible. But they don't really know whether you consumed it or sold it. If you sell it, you can double dip the discount that they give you for product. So that's always been the tax football that gets kicked back and forth. Is your product purchase and credits tax deductible? And I do not deduct it simply because if the decision was ever made that no, you eat that product every month. But I do give a list of the product I give away. So I report my donations. And so I'm very cautious on the products I purchase versus actually discount. And I don't mean to confuse people on that, but that's the one issue. If you buy $300 worth of product every month, it's not tax deductible because you're buying product that you consume.
Okay.
And so
Would-
there's a real thin line there, and you're nailing it, Carol, because it is tax deductible depending on what you do with it.
Well,
But if
what
you
I
get
was
caught by
addressing,
it, it's a
Oh.
business expense.
right, I wasn't addressing the $100 per month qualification. I was just addressing you spend $29 to get the good reports.
And that's a business expense.
And that is a business expense. But I was just saying, you know, we do get the bonus of getting a credit on products, but just the $29.95 for the SBP Elite is a business expense. And it's up to your CPA how they
Right.
manage that $100 qualifying. And that's a question I have to ask.
Well, it's a question I try and stay away from, but it's something important to understand. And I'll tell you, it's gone both ways from a tax standpoint. But on that issue with the $29.95 per month, that's a back office expense, and it is a business expense.
Yes.
Period.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Faye. Any other comments or questions? We've gone on a while tonight, and but this PowerPoint is here for anybody. I would suggest, as I was told, don't reinvent the wheel. The understanding is that whether you begin with a single product or you start with a team builder, this is where you want to be if you're looking to build a business to make this work. And letting somebody at the end of it, and it's normally 15 to 20 minutes to take a brand new person right through it as they confirm each slide, then you've been through it at a point where even if they chose, look, I want to get just a couple of products, I don't have the money, I don't have a credit card, it's okay. Help them. If they have a desire to become a team builder, then they might know two people that begin with a premium entourage pack or something, and they instantly become a team builder by helping a couple people get started at that level. So we can help people no matter where they really begin at. We've adequately shown them where they want to be in their first 28 days. I can't tell you how hard it feels to talk to somebody about 45 days later and have them go, I didn't know about that 28 day. And I have to know and understand that I didn't tell them. I didn't adequately sit down and say, look, you need to know some of these things as you begin here. Because, you know, nothing worse than have somebody upset because you didn't tell them. And they might even stop you and say, look, I'm just not interested in all this. I just want to get started. Okay. And, but if the day ever came, you could say, well, you know, we did our best to try and help you understand that, but you know, you weren't ready, and that's okay. But at least it gets the monkey off our back. But if we don't take the time to help social business partners set their business up adequately, then we hurt them and hurt us all. And I'd be glad to help anybody begin to try and initiate this to the best of my ability. My goal is to create leaders that can take this PowerPoint and go, I'm not good at this, but let's get her done. And we'll all get better at it. And really, sometimes new people look at us and go, man, you're terrible. I can do better than that. And man, if we had two people that would tell us that, think of how well we'd win. So that's all I can say. It just don't matter how you get her done. Right, Matt?
Right,
Okay.
sir. That was good.
I've said my piece. If anybody else has a quick comment or a last comment or whatever, the lines are open if you want to unmute yourself. Otherwise, as always, may God bless you indeed. And let's go make this thing happen.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Great presentation.
Good night,
Great.
everyone.
See you all soon.
Night.
Good night.
Thanks, Aaron.